Ugh. Mm, there we go. Uh, there we go. Hello, everybody. Hello. Well, that is what I'm going for. Oh yeah, yeah, I finished that one about a month ago actually. I had to do a 3D maquette. That was my previous project. And that one went okay. I liked it, but it didn't go as well as I wanted it to, which is a little sad. It was all going well until I had to spray the finished piece and I realized that there was a bunch more dings and like uneven surfaces than I had thought. So now I'm working on this one. The project is to come up with a mascot type of thing for a different area, like a 3D character. And I was in the education group, so I came up with, I don't have a name for her yet, which I need to do actually soon. But so basically, she is a mascot for an educational game, like something like Clue Finders, the sort of thing where like it doesn't necessarily teach you like math or something. Like it'll teach a little bit, I think. I don't know. I'm not actually making the game. I'm just making the character for the game. But she would like teach more stuff like what's it called? Critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, that type of thing, more than like testing you on things that it taught. I mean, maybe there'd be some of that, I would suppose. And I had to do a vignette that looked like it was rendered in 3D, which was easier than I thought it would be. In fact, I have it right here, actually. Once this saves, I'll show it to you. I haven't tried rendering something in a faux 3D. Yeah, so this is where it is. She could still use some finishing touch-ups, I think. But I gotta get everything else done before I come back to this, because otherwise I'll fail the assignment. So I still need to do, let's see, I still need to do this lineup sheet page and then like 11 different things on this page, like different action poses and then different facial expressions. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. Although, like, doing the lineup isn't super fun, but doing the action poses and expression poses, or expressions, are like my favorite part of character designing and what I usually do anyway. So this is, I'm kind of excited for that. So I'm just going to clean up this line. And for the lineup, I have to do a front view, back view, side view, and then a like 3/4 view. So I'm almost done with this side view. And then I can move on to the 3/4 view and move on to, come on. And then after this, move on to the expressions and action poses, which will be more fun. I'm not super pumped for trying to figure out how to fit all of her onto one sheet, because it has to be on an 8x11 printout. And this is the 8x11, and just with her 2 T-poses, she already takes up like the whole page. So if it were only 3, I could do it and just have this middle one be, you know, in the middle here. But no, I will not. So I'll probably have to shrink them down a lot to make them all fit. This is where I should actually have the back one. Okay. Dang it, why is this thing so loud? There we go. Actually had some fun with this project, which is good. Well, I've actually had fun with every project in this class except the first one. So that's been good. And all of my projects have made it onto the wall, which is also a good feeling. Yeah, I like her backpack too. I think it's a good detail for her to have. It makes her look more interesting. Kind of gives a Dora vibe, but that's fine. She's like Dora's cool older cousin, which is basically just the premise of Diego, but whatever. If you had said, wow, she looks like Dora, then I might have been a little bit offended because she doesn't really look like Dora, but She has sort of the same vibe going, and I'm fine with that. Dora's a good character. And a pretty good character design, too. I was actually planning on, well, not planning, but thinking about having her. So, like, her general idea that I'm going for is that she's like an inventor. And so, in each of the games, her main goal is to like come up with a new invention or like find parts for her new invention or whatever. And so, like, part of her design originally, like my first couple of thumbnail sketches, had her like with a robotic animal that she made. I was thinking of having her have a robotic axolotl. So it's like as cute as an axolotl, but it doesn't need to be in water to survive. Which I think is still a really cute idea, but then I was like, wait a second, I don't want to have to also add that to everything. So that would be like its own character sheet. That would be if I actually wanted to make this a finished idea and pitch this, I would draw that up then. But right now, this is just going to my portfolio to show that I can do this sort of work. Okay, that's a side view done. I mean, I guess. Okay, now I'm gonna, actually I should keep this up and close this one out while I draw the 3/4 view, which is like the hardest one. Oh, first I should merge this layer. Okay. And it's funny that 3/4 is like the hardest pose in this whole lineup, but at least for me, when my teacher was doing a demo, he was like, yeah, actually I think 3/4 is like the easiest to do. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because I think front and back are the easiest to do. Should just do sketches first, and then I'll come back in later. should find out where I put my wrist brace and put that back on, because I can just tell my wrists are not going to like this one. Blah, I don't like that at all. I'll just leave it as these for a bit. Okay. Okay, I'll clean up the rest of that in a bit. Okay, time for my least favorite part. Drawing the arms in perspective is the worst. Oh, gonna take a quick break for a second. And I should really find where I put my wrist brace. Make sure you do your wrist exercises, kids, or you'll get tendonitis and carpal tunnel syndrome and all right before finals. Wow, she looks like she's like coming apart at the edges as you go from left to right. Pretty big. I was going for a streamlined kind of look. Well, maybe not streamlined. Streamlined might not be the best word for it, but just a more stylized look than I normally go for. Because this is a kid's educational game mascot. She doesn't necessarily have to be the same style as I normally do, you know? I gotta, there's something off. Okay, I just have to get through this and then I can move on to the actual, like, way more fun expression sheet. Yeah, sorry guys for not posting another video. I did record some footage, but I haven't gotten to actually editing it or posting it anywhere because I honestly just like totally forgot about it. I've been really busy with school. I'm about to graduate in like little less than a month, so like 3.5 weeks. Yikes. So it just like every couple of hours it keeps hitting me that I'm gonna be graduating in a little less than a month, and it keeps making me go like almost into panic mode. So YouTube has not been high on my priorities lately. So I apologize for that. But once I graduate, I should be able to have actual free time, maybe, and depending on what job I get. And hopefully I'll be able to make YouTube videos and post them and all this fun stuff. But so that's my reason for not really posting to YouTube recently. It's not like I don't like it. There's nothing quite like having people watch me draw. I just really have not had the time or the energy to focus on YouTube. In fact, I'm only streaming right now because it was the only way I could think of to motivate myself to do my homework. So, you guys are helping me do my homework. Yay. Hello. Thanks for dropping by. And hopefully staying for a little bit longer than just dropping by. But man, can you guys tell that I'm running on not a lot of sleep right now? Because let's see, I went to bed at almost 2 last night. And not for like any good reason. I was playing a phone game. I wasn't like doing homework. And then I woke up at like 9:30. So I got 8 hours of sleep, which isn't awful compared to like normally, but man, the weekends are supposed to be my days to sleep in. And although I did technically sleep in, I didn't get like 10 hours, I only got 8 hours. So, and I'm a type of person who needs way more than 8 hours of sleep per night to be at my best. I'm more of a 9 to 10 to 11 hours of sleep kind of person before I'm like wide awake. It's like 10 and a half hours is like real close to perfect for me. But I have 8 a.m. classes every single day, so there's no way that's happening for me. Yeah, I am looking forward to when I actually like graduate and get a job that it almost certainly won't go past a certain time, you know? Because with school, it's you go to classes during like work hours. I mean, unless you're at night school, then you go at night hours, and then you spend the rest of the evening, afternoon, and night, and sometimes morning doing homework. So it's like, if you want to get good grades, you have to spend a lot of time. And even if you want to get bad grades, well, you know what I mean. Even if you don't necessarily want to get good grades, if you want to not fail, you still have to spend a lot of time. So it's a lot. And I'm just glad that when I graduate and I get a real job, it'll be only Monday to Friday, hopefully, and it will only be from, I don't know, like 9 to 5, that kind of thing. So yes and no. My college does a 3-track system because it's a really tiny campus, but we have a lot of students. So that's the only way that they can get everybody to fit and actually like, because we have a really high acceptance rate, but actually a pretty low graduation rate. But that's mostly because people transfer to our sister schools, which are more prestigious. But so I am in, they have the 3-track system, so it's fall semester, winter semester, and then spring semester. But spring semester is really more like summer semester because it doesn't start until April and it doesn't end until July. So it really is more like a summer semester. But we do have a summer session, which is only like 7 weeks. But I have never taken one of those because summertime is my only real break from school. Yeah, so I'm actually, since there's a 3-track system, they assign like which semesters you come here. So I am here in the fall and here in the spring. But also in the winter because you can override certain semesters. Once you're no longer a freshman, you can override and say, actually, I want to be here for this semester that I'm not necessarily supposed to be here for. And they'll let you. It depends on how many people that they have coming to school in a certain semester. And usually, for some reason, they always have openings in winter semester and in spring semester because they're so weirdly placed. But like the fall semester lines up with everyone else's normal fall semester. So everyone wants to go to school then because that's when people are supposed to go to school. I know exactly how you feel because I am in 4 art classes and 1 English class. Since this is my last semester, I only had 1 general course and like 2 required art courses or credits actually. They weren't even required courses. So I'm like, I filled up all the courses that I need to, and then I was like, wait, if I want, what's it called? If I wanted to get financial aid, I have to have 14 credits. So I filled up the rest of those credits with more art classes. So yeah, I'm in 4 art classes and 1 English class, which it's really annoying because I like the teacher and I like the class a lot. I just hate writing essays with my entire soul. So it really makes me not want to do anything in this class. And I just have to get through it. I just have to write my stupid final essay ever. And then I never have to write an essay ever again. Well, maybe if I want to. I don't see myself wanting to. But honestly, I'd be a lot more likely to write an essay if I just decided, hey, I want to write an essay, than it was assigned to me. I'm the kind of person who does not like being told what to do. At least not when it comes to essays. I don't like being told that I have to do an essay. It makes me not want to do it at all. But so yeah, it's my last essay, and I don't even have to do that well on it. I basically just have to turn it in and fulfill the minimum requirements, and I'll almost certainly, like, I'll be fine if I just do that. So I have to just suck it up, write a crappy 10-page paper, and turn it in on time, and I'll be fine. And if it were just a 10-page paper, I think I'd be good. Only problem is I have like 4 different art assignments to also turn in at the same time. Let's see, I've got this, which is not necessarily finals, but feels pretty close. I have 1 last assignment in this class, and then I have 2 big art projects due in my advanced illustration class, a big presentation due in my business art class, and then the final paper. So actually not that much, but it feels like a whole lot, especially when just the paper, man. Paper, oh, I hate writing papers so much. Just hate it so much. I've been kind of avoiding drawing her arms because I don't want to have to draw them in perspective. It's like my least favorite part of this whole project. But I need to do it. Okay. Maybe this will help. Maybe I should do quick. I mean, they can. They had to in the middle one, but that's different. This is for like, this part of the lineup needs to be, her arms need to be there. But for like the side pose, it's actually like more, she's more in the way if her arms are there. So it makes it harder. Okay. Gosh dang it. I knew there was something off, and it's her dang shoulder. Yeah, that's as good as it's getting. And then her backpack. I'm gonna have to do some adjusting because I know there's something wrong between, oh geez, my tablet needs to catch up to me. I know that there's something wrong between this 3/4 view and the full on view, and I'm not entirely sure what it is just yet. Oh, her arms are up way too high. That's what it is. Jeez, why is my tablet being so slow right now? See, that's why having those yellow lines are quite helpful. Because I just had her arms like go up, which would not be good for whoever had to model her in 3D, because they would need these guides there to help them make sure they were doing it right. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, actually, orthographically that doesn't work. So crap. And this is an orthographic one, not actually in perspective. So she actually needs to not be in perspective. Sort of. That'll work. I think that's as close as I can get it to be. Okay, now for cleanup, and then I can move on to the fun part. Expressions. Okay, that looks, and that's about as clean as it's gonna get, but I should add some more. Oh, I should draw her symbol on her chest too, huh? Ah. Ever since the update, Clip Studio Paint has been good about saving recovery files, but really annoying about doing it. It always picks the worst times. Instead of times like now where I was just sitting there not drawing and like looking at things, it could have decided, okay, I'll do my recovery file now instead of stopping me in the middle of my train of thought just to be like, yes, we have everything. Perfect. Well, okay, not perfect, but as close as it's gonna get. I should fix her shorts. They're uneven. Perfect. Cool. Now I just have to rearrange all 4 of these to fit onto one thing. I guess I'll just make them smaller. Okay. Let's see if this is small enough. Come on, Clip Studio, you can do it. And this is where it gets annoying though, because the rulers don't transform along with the rest of the stuff that's in the layer. So it means I'm gonna have some trouble deleting those. Come on, Clip Studio. You can do it. There we go. Delete ruler. Delete ruler. Okay. Now for the fun part. No, you stay over here. So close. If it were only the three of them. Okay. Okay, this should go a lot faster since I deleted the rulers. So annoying though, because these do not, there's going to be this huge negative space here and this huge negative space here. And they're like supposed to be 17 by 11, so it's not like I can just change the format. They totally just do not. So close. Yay, they fit. Perfect. Now, to make these lines, get it across. Cool. Should fill in, let's see. Okay. Looks good. No, that's fine, actually. I'm not going to worry about this too much. Coolio. This is good. Yeah, I have to have my fan on because my apartment doesn't have AC and I don't want to die. Okay. Actually, do I want this to be... Huh. Actually, I should open up the vignette again. Most of these apartments were built like in the late 80s, early 90s, before global warming had gotten so bad. And some of these were even built in like the 50s and 60s. My first apartment that I lived out here, I think it was like the oldest one in Rexburg that was still standing. But yeah, most of the older ones, and especially the ones that I can afford to live in, just don't have air conditioning. And granted, like 80% of the year, we don't need it, because 80% of the year it stays below 75. And all of them come with heating, because that is absolutely necessary. But yeah, they were just like, I don't know, I guess we won't have any sort of... Okay, I gotta make her lines darker, because this has to pass the copier test. Okay, come on. Come on. Yeah, just gonna go ahead and make her lines black. Okay, just to make everything easier to see. Okay. Now I kind of wish I had drawn the axolotl, because it would be good taking up space right there, but again, that's like a separate character sheet, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. That's good placement. So I'll save this and focus on the next one. Okay, now for the fun part. Sketching out, I'm gonna write this down so I remember. 5 action poses. And then over here, 6 expressions. Let's see, anger, sadness, Happiness, surprise, what else is there? They're like the 6 universal ones. Fear and disgust. Okay. Those ones. I need to have those 6 expressions and then 5, I don't know, action poses that would work for her. I think I'm going to start with expressions because then I can get a better feel for her character. I kind of have a feel for her character, but expressions always help me more. So I think I'll start with happiness. I don't know, when it comes to personality, I'm thinking like general like Genki girl type thing where she's like not, she doesn't need to have a lot of character development in these games because it's mostly about the puzzles, but like for the sake of cutscenes and things, you know. I don't know why I'm thinking so much about this because there's like, one, I don't know a lot about making games aside from like character design and like some things you have to know. You know what I'm just realizing? Is that I don't have to work on this anymore because I will have time to work on it on Monday in class. So that's making me feel a little bit better, but I want to get at least this head done and then I'll call it quits. Because it has been, I don't know, an hour and a half Oh, what was that? Ah. In other news, I'm really loving this pencil brush that I downloaded. It's really making me happy. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here for today. I need to come up with a name for her. And I did not mean to put that title in all caps, but my teacher will understand. Yeah, I might stream again at some point before my semester ends, because this is a good way to motivate me to do my homework, because then you guys get to watch me do it and I'm accountable to someone instead of just procrastinating like I normally do. So you might get to see my next project in entertainment, or maybe my project in advanced illustration, but I don't know about that. I'll have to ask people in charge if I'm allowed to share that or not. So yeah. Wow, can you tell I'm tired? I have a lot to do tomorrow too, because I didn't do any homework until 8 p.m. today. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I'll try to get a video up at some point, but don't be surprised if it's not for like another month, because I'm graduating and then I have a week-long road trip back to my hometown, because my family loves road trips and they won't just let me fly home. So I honestly don't know when I'll be streaming again, but it might be soon. But anyway, thanks for coming. I'm really bad at signing off of these, so I'm just gonna close out. Bye!